ones who direct the Erau Kupala, or skull ceremony, a peaceful reenactment of the headhunt. Before the Europeans arrived in Borneo, the skull used in the ritual belonged to a man from a rival tribe, decapitated after a lengthy hunt through the jungle. Nowadays, the hunt is only symbolically acted out, and a substitute skull is used. But the rest of the ceremony, which lasts 9 days, has remained unchanged. It's performed to throw off any major misfortune affecting the community. For the past few weeks, an epidemic has been killing the chickens of the village. The village elder has decreed that an Erau Kupala must be held. For the first stage of the ritual, the skull will be carried through the forest in a procession, while the warriors gather in a hut outside the village, where they will spend the first night. Before they're allowed to join the warriors, the young boys who take part in an Erau Kupala for the first time must purify themselves in the river. This is a very important moment of their lives, the beginning of their initiation into the mysteries of the Baha'i religion. The young initiates must stay awake all night to feed the fire. They repeat until they know them by heart the sacred words that the elders address to the skull. Towards the end of the night, the dead man is put to death a second time. With his machete, one of the elders removes fragments of the cranium. The aim of this ritual is to make all the curses that are striking the village fall back on the enemy's head. To achieve this, the village elder and the new initiates start to chant the following prayer. O spirit of the jungle, in our village all the pigs and chickens are dying, and our people are suffering from unknown diseases. So we offer you this skull. Please accept it and give health back to our village. Under the elders' guidance, a number of ceremonies will be performed, always the same and always in a precise order. On the second morning, the men in their festive costumes and the young initiates, now part of the adult world, cross the river again to bring the skull back to the village. As tradition demands, the women are waiting for them on the bank to celebrate the return of the victorious warriors. During the afternoon, the elder performs offerings to appease the spirits. Poles have been planted in the ground, and on each of them he places eggs and live chickens. At nightfall, the Natupek dance begins. The long line of men and women goes from house to house so that no one is forgotten when the spirit responsible for the epidemic decides to bring it to an end. The third day is devoted to the making of two statues. They will be erected on each side of the river during an outdoor ritualistic meal in which all the villagers take part. Finally, on the seventh day, the elder leads the procession carrying the skull through the village to the riverside. The procession has 12 stations, corresponding to the 12 protective spirits who watch over the village. The cortege stops 12 times, and each time the elder lays down a fragment of the skull. As a result of the ritual, the village will be surrounded by a protective barrier. Dances and songs carry on for another 2 days, and only then are the taboos lifted. The men were forbidden any sexual activity during the Erau Kupala. Now they can return to their wives. The community have done everything in their power to appease the angry spirits. The epidemic should soon be over.